For more than 70 years, NATO's ability to see a war coming has depended on a system built, funded, and controlled by the United States, creating a structure where battlefield awareness was not only shared with Washington, but fundamentally dependent on it. What makes the current moment so significant is that this structure is beginning to change in a way that could reshape the internal balance of power within the alliance itself. There is an aircraft operating today that does not rely on American software, does not fall under U.S. export restrictions, and cannot be shut down, limited, or politically leveraged by Washington. More importantly, it is capable of tracking threats hundreds of kilometers away, processing multiple targets simultaneously, and distributing battlefield intelligence across an entire theater of war in real time. This aircraft is the GlobalEye, and what it represents goes far beyond a simple technological upgrade. To understand why this matters, you first need to understand what NATO has relied on for decades. Since the alliance was founded in 1949, airborne early warning aircraft have served as the eyes and command center of NATO's air operations. These aircraft are responsible for detecting hostile aircraft, tracking incoming threats, and coordinating fighter responses across large regions of airspace. For decades, this role has been dominated by the AWACS platform. The problem is that the system was designed around an older generation of warfare. Its rotating radar scans the sky in intervals, updating its picture every few seconds. In a world of fast-moving cruise missiles, drone swarms, and hypersonic weapons, those seconds matter far more than they once did. A modern threat can travel several kilometers before the system completes its next sweep. That delay creates vulnerability. The newer architecture introduced by the GlobalEye changes this entirely. Instead of relying on a mechanically rotating radar, it uses advanced electronically scanned array technology, allowing it to monitor multiple directions simultaneously and update its battlefield picture continuously. This means threats can be detected, classified, and shared almost instantly. Its detection range extends up to 450 kilometers, allowing a single aircraft to observe enormous portions of regional airspace at once. But the radar itself is only part of the story. What makes this platform strategically important is that it enables allied nations to generate their own sovereign air picture without relying on American-controlled systems. For decades, the United States has held structural influence inside NATO, not only because of military strength, but because it controlled critical infrastructure, from intelligence systems to air defense networks and airborne warning platforms. When one nation controls the systems that everyone else depends on, it naturally shapes how decisions are made. This has always been one of the quiet realities of alliance politics. The emergence of the GlobalEye introduces something fundamentally different. It gives allied nations the ability to detect threats, analyze situations, and coordinate responses through systems that remain under their own national authority. That distinction may sound technical, but in military strategy, it is profound. Because whoever controls the sensor data often holds disproportionate influence over the decision itself. Imagine a rapidly developing incident on NATO's eastern flank. A hostile aircraft approaches Allied airspace under unclear intent. The response window is measured in seconds. Under the older structure, the most complete air picture would largely come through American-controlled systems, meaning the initial threat assessment and classification would be heavily shaped by those systems. Under the new architecture, Allied nations can independently observe the threat, build their own assessment, and respond based on sovereign decision-making, while still coordinating with the broader alliance.
This is not about weakening NATO. In many ways, it may strengthen it. Because a stronger alliance is not one where only one nation remains indispensable, but one where multiple nations can contribute critical capabilities independently. That is why this shift matters far beyond aircraft specifications. It represents a broader strategic transition toward reduced dependency and greater resilience within NATO's military structure. Canada's role in this development is especially significant. With key manufacturing tied to Montreal and the broader partnership built around Canadian and Swedish technology, this project reflects a larger movement toward Allied defense autonomy. It is a reminder that the future of military power is no longer defined only by the largest defense budgets, but by who controls the information, the sensors, and the decision chain. In modern warfare, visibility is power. The ability to see first, understand first, and act first often determines the outcome before the first missile is launched. That is why this aircraft matters. It is not just replacing an older platform. It is changing who controls the alliance's ability to see. And once control of information begins to decentralize, the balance of strategic influence inside NATO changes with it. The United States remains the alliance's most powerful military force, but developments like this suggest that battlefield awareness, one of the most critical elements of modern conflict, may no longer remain under a single nation's technological dominance. For the first time since 1949, NATO's eyes may no longer belong to Washington alone. And that may be one of the most important defense shifts of this decade. If you want more deep military analysis and geopolitical documentaries like this, subscribe to Dark Notice, because the most important changes in global power often happen long before the headlines catch up.